Ron in Las Vegas. Hey, Ron, what's up?
Hi, Tom. I've been watching you on free speech television for about 3-4 months now. Mm-hmm. And I hear you talk about how the billionaires like the Koch brothers on the right are dangerous for our country and our government and our way of life.
No. What you hear me talk about is how billionaires spending money to create influential think tanks and buy politicians on both the left and the right is not a good thing. That's called oligarchy, not democracy.
Right, I understand that, but I've never, to tell you the truth, heard you say anything about the billionaires on the left and what they do. They do the exact same things.
Have you? Can you identify any politicians that are being supported at the level? I mean, the Koch brothers are raising $900 million to influence this election. I believe that in the last election cycle, the Soros foundations put up maybe $5 million. It's a far cry from $900 million. I just don't see it on the left, Ron. Is that, I know that you've got, the one guy who was, I think he was with Amazon early on or whatever, who has, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name. If you watch a lot of Fox, you probably know his name right off the top of your head, who has put money into climate change. He's concerned about climate change and put money into the last election supporting candidates and that issue. But it's a drop in the bucket compared to what's going on the right. I don't think it should be happening on either side. And back when we had campaign finance laws, before they got struck down in '76, in large part by the Buckley decision, the laws that were put into place in '73 after the Nixon scandals were solid, and they were preventing it on both sides. But now that ain't the case. I mean, and there's a simple reason for this, by the way. If you are very, very wealthy and you want more, then you buy a Republican. If you're very, very wealthy and you want a better country or a better world, then you buy a Democrat. And the number of very, very, very wealthy people who want more wealth exceeds the number of very wealthy people who are concerned about the state of the country and the planet, in my opinion.
I'm not understanding that because they're both billionaires. They both have looked out for their own self-interest.
No, it's a very different thing, Ron. If George Soros gives money to a Democrat, he's giving money to somebody who's going to raise his taxes. He's not behaving in his own economic self-interest. He's behaving in the interests of the future of the planet and the country.
How do we know that for sure, though, Tom? He could be giving money to them for something that we have no idea about. It's just that the ones on the right are more upfront about it, and the ones on the left are a little bit more secretive about it.
No, the ones on the left are quite upfront about it, too. It's all about climate. In the case of, what's his name, whose name I can't remember. With George Soros, he funded Demos and the Open Society. It's all about having a transparent democracy. And there's been no attempt to hide any of that. It's all very public. Democrats are not even, I would say not even 1/100th as far along in using 501c4s where you can, basically hide your contributions as Republicans are. And it's one of the reasons why Republicans consistently oppose striking down Citizens United, and Democrats consistently support it. Because for every one billionaire who supports a Democrat, there's 100 billionaires who support Republicans because they view it as an investment. In fact, the Koch brothers have used that phrase, investment. This is our investment. So I think that difference is fairly clear. Ron, I'm going to move along.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.